Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber, and as part of my February Finish It Up, we are going to be doing the rest of the January junk journal, which just needs the cover, and then I need to sew it in, and then we'll be able to play in there throughout the year, throwing some junk in there, adding some beautiful things to it, and whatnot. But I also have these two journals that really need to be finished, because I don't want to mess around with them anymore. This one is my Scrap Buster journal that I made. This is a cover made out of fabric, and there is some batting in here. I had to think of the right word. And then on the inside, I used an old napkin. And then this one has two signatures. It is the pink journal. And so I made a whole collection of these. Oh, wow. 2024. I believe I made these in 2022. Yeah. That's pretty bad, right? So it's been sitting here. All the pages are ready to go. Everything is in here. And all I need to do is bind this in. So that sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? But as I sit here and look at it, and I've been playing a lot with tabs, and I also had Candy request a tab video for my November journal from before. I hope I did a good job showing you those on my January journal, because I didn't film that. But anyways, I thought we would just bind this in. And then this one will be done, and it can go on the shelf as a finished journal. And, you know, can have fun playing in it later on. Now, this other book over here, I can't remember what it needs. This is my altered book that I did following along with Gail Augustinelli. I know the whole book is finished. I know I gutted it. I inked all the, this took forever. I've got my pull-out tabs for the pieces inside of the big pockets. It looks like, nope, that's a pocket. See, I almost tried to pull that out. Here it is. Ooh, see, it's been so long, I don't even remember. Okay, so there's a pocket here and a pocket up here, it looks like. And then there's a pocket on the back. How fun is that? You can't even, ooh, that plays with your eyes. This is really, really thin. So I really don't know what this journal needs. Maybe it's done. Maybe it is done. Did I finish it? No, that's an empty pocket. Maybe I stopped filling it up at a certain point, because that's an empty pocket. Empty. No, that one's got one in it. Okay, so I had a lot of fun playing with a lot of free digitals. I did buy some from My Porch Prints. I believe this is an Artie Mays. Come from her Facebook group. This one I bought, I remember. So this has a pocket here. So I just wanted to finish filling out all the pockets in this one, which that sounds pretty doable, right? We can finish that. Beautiful. I love it so much. Okay, so today we're going to go ahead and do the binding for this journal here. And I don't have my big awl. My husband has borrowed it and hasn't returned it. I don't know if we're going to use the binder clips. We might. And I have 3 for some reason. I'm missing one. I think I stuck it on my junk journal thing to keep them all together. I'm going to grab my needle. I always use the big one. I have the small ones in here just in case I need to mend one of my gloves that I ripped. Anyways, I'm going to start with the back signature here. And I want to decide what kind of thread do we want on the outside of here. I don't think it really matters too much. We don't get to use a lot of pink. Let's see if I have any pink floss. Pretty sure I do. Here's my bucket of stuff. Some of this stuff is from my daughter when she was doing, that's kind of a purpley pink, friendship bracelets. And so that's what these are. That's like a hot pink. And I probably won't use that one. And then I've got a few of other little strings here from Hobby Lobby that are really, I feel like they're too thin. They're more of like, you know, like it says scrapbooking. So I feel like it's not as tough. It's not as tough. All right, let's see here. I have a really bold pink. Ooh, that's pretty. Isn't that one pretty? That one's kind of like this reddish color in here. I've got red. Just want to see. I got a light pink. Oh, no. This is not embroidery floss. This feels like, it feels kind of like a hard shoelace. I don't know what it is. Excuse me, I don't know what that is. Here's some more of a pearly pink. There's a little bit of this. Ooh, I like that one. We're going to use that one just because it's already open, and I like that it's kind of pearly pink. It's really pretty soft pink. It's not baby girl pink. Okay, that's like bubblegum baby girl pink. That's not what that is. All right, here we go. We're finishing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This journal has sat over here on top of my Project Life cards this whole entire time. And I've had to keep moving it and moving it and moving it. And I told you when I filmed those videos that I would bind this one with you guys on camera. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to go 3 times the length of the journal. So I got 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to give myself a little extra room. Ooh, maybe not. What's going on here? Is there some kind of funky? Oh, okay. This one's, so right here is kind of, it's kind of trash. I don't know, it like pulled away. So let's try that again. Yeah, that we wouldn't want to do that. It'd probably come undone. So we got 1, 2, 3. Give ourselves a nice little give right here. And I'm going to do the same thing again because I have 2 signatures. And I should have plenty in here to do that. Let's do it. We got 1, 2, 3, and a little give. This one's getting kind of tangled here at the end. So I'm just going to go all the way to the end of this little knot right there. So if there's long enough for a little dangly bit, that'll be fun too. All right, let's thread our needle. I hope you guys are enjoying this February because we get an extra day. I'm so excited. It's a leap year. Yes, it is. And, you know, it's just, I think February's nice. I don't necessarily focus or care too much about Valentine's Day, but trying to find the middle here. This writing paper is in the middle. I just think it's nice to celebrate things that we love. Okay, now this is going to be the tricky part about this particular journal. When I did the other cover to this one, it got a little bit off, but you know, that happens sometimes. So I know that this one sits right here in the back, and I want it to land so that hopefully my front cover will close over it. So I'm going to try to put it right here because this has sat in here for so long. I can see right there, there's 2 little lines, creases where these journals have been sitting. So maybe that was a blessing. Maybe that was the hidden blessing in not finishing this journal for so long. All right, I'm going to try to attach all of this together. Whoops, I just took my, I just took my string with my clip. Okay. And that went down too far. So let's pull it up a little bit more. I feel like right there maybe. And I'm going to put the other one on this side on the bottom because this journal cover is fabric and it's really soft and squishy and it wants to move around on me. I don't think I'm going to hurt it too bad by really cinching that shut. I am going to go all the way through my signature, which is probably 20 pages. There's probably quite a few in here. I don't, maybe 15 or 16 to the outside of my cover in one shot. All right, we're going to do it all at once. But first I'm going to go through my signature. So I'm really good. Look at this. I'm going to go ahead, measure. You know what I should have done? I probably should have looked at where the pages were landing, which is too late now. I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to try to tuck this page in. This middle one slid out a little bit there. Okay, now we're good. As long as the middle page isn't hanging out at the top, I'm okay with wherever they landed. Okay, this to me, I'm just eyeballing it. I don't really, I mean, it doesn't have to be an exact science. It is a little bit, I mean, if you want it to be, it can be. So I'm going to go through about the middle here, and I'm pushing really hard because this all is hard to get in here because I've got a small, there it is right here. See that? The tip. So I can't really go any further with this, but I can pull this up to where I want it to be, which is right in here, and I'm going to try to poke that through, and I don't think it's going to work. Nope. My bigger awl would have done it, but I've got a little mark there. So I'm going to pull this out, grab my needle. I gave myself a little tail, go right through there. Look at that. One beautiful shot. Not a problem at all. And I'm going to lay this down. I can see my string on the inside, so I know I've got plenty of string left. Come back over here to my cover, and where that little poke was, which is right here, it should line up with where I want it. So I'm going to put it right there. Okay? Right here. Oh, it went through one, but it didn't. There, go through the outside. I didn't push hard enough. I was scared I was going to rip a hole. I didn't know how fragile it was going to be, like pushing in. I don't want it to rip. a big giant hole. So I'm pulling that through. I think I might have pulled a little too far. Let's check. Nope, still got my tail there. So I like to leave a little bit hanging out so I don't have to worry if it went in the wrong spot. Now, you probably think I'm gonna go back through here. I'm not. I'm gonna go back through my middle signature again. I'm gonna come down on the inside here. Why not? Why don't we just do it right here? Because there's already a dot marked here and here. I know that those are equidistant from each other. This center page is not exactly in the center, but it will be close enough. So we're gonna go 2 dots down and put this in here. Push, push, push. Careful, watch your fingers. There we go. Same thing on that same line. I'm gonna give myself a little poke so I know where to put it, which is kind of funny because you won't be able to see this from the outside. So we'll do our best. Now poke it from here out. There, nice and easy. And then grab our, oop, I can't see. Grab our cover. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. It is right, I can't see it. I want to put my all through there because I can't find it. There it is, way over here. Right there. Can you see that? Probably not. There we go. And I'm going to push it in that hole. There. Binding a journal should be, I mean, I would hope it would be one of the more satisfying things because it means your book is complete. It means you are ready to play in it. Okay, I've gone through the top. All right, now I'm going to pull this tight so it sinks in there. I'm going to grab this string in the middle and I'm going to pull it up to the top. I'm going to go back through my middle signature, making sure I don't go through my thread on the other side of that. Pull this through. Okay, there we go. I'm going to grab my piece again. I'm going to pull it back up to the top. I'm going to go out the bottom, out the middle. One more time, being careful not to go through that thread. There we go. And we're going to pull it out. Now we got to do the bottom, which is, for me, the exact same thing as the top, right? And in fact, I sometimes find it easier to turn my book around and make it at the top again, but because this one already has this little notch, actually there's one here and one here. So I think we're going to put it here. Yep, I was going to put it here, but then that makes it too close. So we're going to put it here. Push, 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 push. There we go. Come on, get in there. This one doesn't want to go through here. There must be an extra piece down here at the bottom. It was really hard to get through there. Okay, and then I'm going to take my awl. Here's my hole. I'm going to line it up. Same line. This one got off a little bit. This one got off a little bit. That's all right. It's all right. It's going to be okay. I promise. I promise it'll be okay. Because, for one, this fabric, this journal is a scrap journal. For another reason is if it's absolutely awful, we can redo it. And you probably won't see the holes. The top one is the one that's off by quite a bit. You can see it now maybe. This one and this one are lined up, but this one's a little bit over. But I might be able to shimmy it in a little more. Let's go in our bottom hole here. Right through the paper stack, right in the middle. Now sometimes I don't get that lucky. Oh, it's tight. Come on. And I don't get through all the holes the first time. All right, that time it just worked out. Now we're going to come up to the middle of our signature here. I'm pulling my strings really tight at this point. I can see this piece here and this piece here, and I'm going to go underneath the inside. And then this one is laying on that side of the journal. Now, if I wanted more room for a tail down here, I could have pulled and so that I had equal amounts, but that doesn't really matter to me. But I do want this other string to be on the underside of this page. Okay, and you could see how loose that was. Now we're going to give her one more good pull. One goes up and one goes down, just like that. Turn it. I'm going to do 3 knots. I just like 3 knots myself. You can do as many as you want to. 1, and then I do 2, and then 3. There we go. Oop, drop my string. Okay, so all I'm going to do is trim. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. That's a little bit extra. I'm going to toss that out. Take my clips off and we'll see what we have. We'll see how far off she is. She's a little bit crooked. But like I said, because this one is a fabric a fabric journal, it's really soft and squishy, you can kind of maneuver that in your hand. Now when you look at this, guys, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can see, but it is a little bit slightly to the back. I don't think it's going to cause a problem. There we go. Done. And it fits in here. I love it. We're going to do this signature. I'm just going to give it a good tap. Open it up to the middle, which it looks like is a little bit more. Right there. Nope. How about, oh, do we have a doily in the middle of that? Hope not, because I'm going to have to move that. Okay, good. Ooh, beautiful pink flowers. Look at that. Wow. Those are bright. Those will brighten up your day. Okay, this one, I want it to have a little bit of a gap. I can see that that's where it was laying, but if I shut my book, it won't cover it right there. So I want this journal to lay on top of this journal, and I'll have a little bit of wiggle room. So see, I put in the bottom one a little bit too far. So I'm going to put this on top of here after I grab my middle here. I don't think my clips are strong enough to go, or big enough, I mean, to go over this side. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it, and I'm going to attach this side down. But I need to make sure that these are pretty close. Let's go about right there so that I can make this land right about here, flipping it over, and then we're going to attach our clips to this side of our book. Yes, we are. All right. Maybe top and bottom. You could do the sides if you wanted. This side here, I don't think that really affects this particular journal. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my needle again and thread it. Not with that though. That's the knot. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So fun. Almost can't wait to like look through it. That'll be fun, huh? Get to see all the pages all flow together. That is definitely the most satisfying part for me. So I'm right-handed. I turn my book. I just can't can't do it the other way. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to kind of use this as my guide with my eye right about here. Trying to follow it where it would be coming out the other side. Let's see if I get it. Ooh, yep, pretty close to where I wanted it. Okay, this just slid on me. This whole book just slid. So all these pages moved on me. That's not good. That means some of them might stick up at the top. It might not be all lined up. There we go. Pull it through. Leave ourselves a tail. Move that out of my way. Now, I don't want this way over here because that's too far. Yeah, I did. I messed her up pretty good here. Let's see if I can, because I don't want to bind it. I don't want to bind it all crickety. Nope. We don't want to do that. If we can help it, I can fix it now. I won't be able to fix it after I sew in 2 more holes. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Oh, for Pete's sakes, would you get in there? Okay. There. See, now we're having struggles. The first one is always the easiest, you know that? First one is always the easiest. The first, well, I guess it's the last signature in this journal, but the first one you sew in usually is the easiest. Last one will give you some struggles. Okay, so I think that's my problem here. I've got it too far here forward. So I'm sliding all of my pages down, down a bit through my clips, and that one isn't wanting to slide. The first one did. Let's try right about there. Okay, see, now I have a little bit of a gap. Happy with that. I'm not going to fuss about it too much more. I want to get this done. All right, I'm going to line this up. I'm going to put it right here, I think. But I want to make sure my book is going to close. It looks like it will. Pretty decent. Okay, that's why I tried to give myself a little bit of an edge of sewing. Okay, this one is sticking down towards the bottom a little bit further than where I wanted. I could adjust that here in a second because I'm trying to line up these 2 holes here. See where this other middle one is? I want them to be pretty similar here. So I'm going to poke it right there. I don't know if that went all the way through. Yep, I can feel it with my fingernail. There we go. We've made it through once. Hooray! And then I'll have to slide this whole thing. My iPad keeps shutting off on me. I'll have to slide the whole signature up. All right, back here. Whoop-de-doo. And we're gonna go through the bottom, but it's really my top. Right. I have to push this up a little bit there. I got my tail right here. I got a little bit extra. This one I don't really have a guide, so I'm going to use this guide over here and try to eyeball where it's sitting. How about right there? It's a little lower. It's a little lower than where that one is, but it's not perfect. Now I got to punch my hole from here. Pull this down a little bit. I got to be able to see. It's like right here. So this one's a little bit off. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. It's okay. It's got to go right there. I'm trying not to poke my finger on the other side. I've done that and it really hurts. Like really bad. I don't know why I'm turning my book around. There's the hole. Okay, now you maybe can see it's a little bit off. Okay, here we go. It's going to go through my fabric. What in the world am I doing? I don't know why I just flipped that around on itself. Okay, focus. I'm supposed to be showing you how easy it is. I'm just struggling. I'm on the struggle bus today. Okay, we're going in the bottom. Maybe that's why I'm kind of getting messed up. I usually go top, bottom. I mean, it shouldn't matter, but when you get in a way that you do something so many times, sometimes doing it the opposite way is hard. Because I always go top to bottom. Just a thought. Just a thought. Okay. Same thing. Even though it's the bottom, we're going to pull this tight. This one tight and this one tight. I'm going to pull this up to the top, bottom, whichever. I'm going to go right back through that middle without going through the embroidery floss. Nice. Or the other signature. Done that. Poked through there before. Okay, I went through the middle. I did go a little tiny bit, one string into the embroidery floss. I can just untangle it. So I just went right back through it again and made it not be through that floss. Okay, pulling it tight, pulling that out. Now we're going to do the top. And I'm going to try to see where we're at here. This one is right about here. It's you know, if you wanted to make a template, you probably could do that. You might not struggle as much as I am, but I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Now, I would probably do that if it were a journal that maybe I was giving away, or maybe selling or something like that. I would probably be a little bit more careful, but because this one is for me, I'm not too picky. And sometimes I do give them away later on, and so I do try to be mindful and do a nice job, but I mean, it's just how it is, right? It's just how it is. Okay, this one is a little bit crooked on the top here, so I got to grab all these pages, and I'm going to use my right hand, and I'm going to pull it up so I can see where that hole is, and it's a little bit off. I don't necessarily want to re-poke it all, but I got to move out that hole. Yep, just went right to my finger. Sure did. No blood, though. We're all right. We're safe. We're safe. Okay, right through here. Whoop, my string just came off. That's all right. We don't need it anymore. Okay, we're done. We're in. We're in. We're golden. We're good. All right. So now we're going to bring this one down. I'm sorry I did it the opposite way. I don't know what my brain was thinking. I'm still going to go underneath my string, and I'm going to pull it over here to the left, my left, and then this one I'm going to pull and go underneath this other string, and I'm going to pull it to the right. So I have one on each side of this line. Okay, and then I just pull it really tight. That's the way to go, right there. And then we're going to do 3 knots, and we're all done. Super fun. I almost tied a bow for some reason. It's making me feel so cute. Wanted to do a bow. There we go. We got 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. And we will pull these down. We'll kind of see where these other ones are over here, and we'll trim them off right about the same. Right about there. Okay, done and done and done. And unclip. Let's see what we got. Let's see if it's messed up. Okay. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. This one down here on the bottom. Oh, let me fix you guys so you can see a little bit. There. This one on the bottom is a little bit lower, but the tops and the middles are pretty close. Pretty close. And I can kind of shimmy this around a little bit. It will fold over. It will close. It's squishy. All right, let's take a quick flip through here. You ready? Excited? There we go. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be interesting. To journal in this soft cover, I'm going to need a book plate, a book hard piece of writing, because that's not going to work for me. Okay, good to know. I'm going to need to make one of those. Ooh, that's the one I printed on a piece of book page. This is a fun scrapbook paper, coffee dyed scrapbook paper. And this was made out of scraps from my scrap box. A lot of these pages were. I did pull some because I needed some big pages. Coloring page. This is old lined paper. This is a pretty digital. This is, I believe, Victoria Designs. Not positive. Here's a piece of tracing paper. Ooh, there's a little flip. Old magazine page. This is old scrapbook paper. The doily. Fun little page there. Beautiful little paper there. Scrapbook paper. Calendar page. It looked kind of like fabric. That's really pretty. And I got a lot of white. So see, I had a lot of that single-sided. This is before I started putting them through my printer and printing on the scrapbook paper. Now, if these were true scraps, I wouldn't have been able to do that because I don't mess around with my printer and trying to figure out. That was a mess up page. It printed funny. This is reminding me of my porch prints, so I'm not sure though. To print out on a page that's maybe 5x7 or whatever, 10x7. However you would adjust the size in your printer. This is an envelope out of scrapbook paper. Beautiful paper, by the way. Coffee dyed, a little birdie flip, and I made all of them have a front pocket. So this one should, yep, that's when I was doing the pockets in the front. Oh, this is a fun. This is a romance book. Has some pink thread there, and then I've got brown along the edge. So pink and brown. Ooh, here's an embroidery page. That's a fun book. Embroidery pattern. Oh, Country Garden. This is a coloring page straight up and down. This is a tea dyed. I can tell. I've coffee dyed so much now that I can tell the difference between tea and coffee. Vellum. That was a children's book page. This is a printed digital. It's not true paper. Oh, and I used the same paper in the front as in the back side. That is hilarious. Then I printed on this one. Interesting. This is a Tim Holtz wallpaper scrap. That is a rose paper. And here, oh, fun. Look at this. This is a photo album page. Oh, some lemons. Oh, I love this. Oh, so fun. And then we have an old book page here. It says annuals. No idea what they are, but they're really cute, pretty. Maybe a hibiscus looking. It says Bells of Ireland. Painted tongue. I don't know. Ooh, look at that. I saw that one. That was a printed book page. And then this is an end page from a book. A regular envelope. This is a digital that I made a long time ago. Yep, a long time ago. Oh, this one came out of a beautiful book that I was saving, and I believe I put the other piece of this in Elke's book that I made her, and I did not sew that pocket, interestingly enough. And then a calendar. Oh, beautiful yellow. And then writing space in here. This one is a little bit loosey-goosey. I might have to tighten it up as I work in it. It's a little loosey. Let's give that first signature a check. I feel like that one's a little tighter. This one's a little looser. It'll work, but as we play in it, or whatever I do in it, eventually, here's a piece of napkin, Mod Podged on coffee dyed, and I carried it over to the other side for a little bit of color. A lemon flip, how fun. Oh, this is so much fun. So fun to see the different pages and the layouts and using up scraps. There's a big, I like that. I like that yellow cream ledger with that yellow paper in the background. Pink vellum, children's school book page. That would have been nice in a fall journal. Okay, here's a page that I sewed on from some trim. A little bit of that embroidery book there. Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Finish It February video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.